What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin, and I may sound like shit, I look like shit, feel like shit. I did say I was gonna come out with this Star Wars review. I went to go see the movie Friday. It was like a 7 o'clock show. And this video warning, there will be spoilers. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. If you wanted to see the movie, you probably already seen it by now. But if you haven't, of course, it's gonna be in the title. There's gonna be spoilers in this one because honestly, in terms of doing like a review of a movie without giving spoilers, not very good at that. I'll find a way for a spoiler to slip out my mouth. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do spoilers. I'm not gonna do no spoilers video, then do a spoilers video. It's just gonna be one video, spoilers. There may be some editing out, but sometimes I'm too lazy for that, so I probably won't edit anything out. Now, first off, if you're hoping this movie is better than the originals, stop right there, because it is not. And this is just my personal opinion. There's a few people, there's some people that agree, but my personal opinion, it's not better than the original ones. But it's definitely better than the prequels. They're definitely easily better than the prequels. Now, first, I thought the movie was amazing. J.J. Abrams, and everybody that was involved, because I'm not just gonna give him credit. Everybody that was involved, the actors, the people that worked, with the costumes, the CG effects, and animatronics, everything, script, everything that went into this movie, I thought was done really well. Getting into some of the things I do like outside of course, what I just named. I like the fact that they use practical effects. If you watch the original trilogy, not the special edition bullshit. If you watch the original trilogy, you saw that, especially, Cantina Bar. You saw all these little creatures. Or episode 6, you saw all, Jabba's palace, you saw all these little creatures, and all of them were actual something that was physically there and wasn't no CG, like what George Lucas did with the prequels and fucked it up. They were able to blend that, and they were able to blend CG, which, CG is a common thing now. Back then, they mostly had to go with the practical effects, but it still worked really well. But CG effects were really good. Like I said, the practical effects were good. The camera angles, the explosions, everything. I thought in terms of just effects, presentation, what they did with the camera work, I thought all that was really good. I already mentioned the actors. I'm sorry if I don't remember any of the actual actors' real names, but the actor that played Rey, she did an amazing job with her acting. And she played, just looking at the trailers, you didn't think her role was as big as it was in the actual movie, just looking at the trailers. And, they showed about 3 or 4 trailers. You thought it was Finn who was the guy who was going to get all this attention. Now, of course he did, but she, coming in at halfway to the end of the movie, she was the character that's like, damn. Because, warning, spoiler, she essentially replaced Han Solo. She knew everything about the Millennium Falcon. And she was like almost like a blend of Han Solo and, kind of taking the role of Luke. Because, if you watch this movie, big nostalgia trip. It was copying, a lot of things from New Hope, which not a bad idea. I think it focused kind of too much on copying aspects from A New Hope instead of like doing its own thing. So hopefully in the other movies they try to do something different than huge nostalgia. For me and for a lot of people, doing this movie particularly like that with the bad taste in everyone's mouth with the prequels, I think actually worked quite well. But coming away from the emotion of seeing it for the first time, and I know a lot of people that went and saw it at least 2 times. I only watched it once, But it did rely heavily on A New Hope, and not in terms of them bringing up things that happened in New Hope. Just you had the planet destroying weapon. You had a desert planet, which was Jakku. Replaced that with Tatooine, and fucking almost the same damn planet. A person who didn't know much about Jedis, then she finds out she could use the Force, and she's a possible savior, or that next generation who she is still, of course, currently a mystery. So we won't know that who she is, who Rey is, until episode 8 and 9. But there's been some speculation going on. A lot of people are gonna do that, especially with such a popular franchise. The movie did amazing in the box office. Really don't care about the box office, but you can't mistake in that they did really well in the box office. Now, I could speak about some more things I liked. Harrison Ford, Han Solo, fucking amazing. It's been 30 years since we've seen him as Han Solo, and it just seems like he didn't miss a beat from Return of the Jedi. He was amazing. Carrie Fisher, she amazing as Leia. You kind of see that you saw the tension between those two. I thought just seeing that, another big nostalgia thing. Now I'm going to say it now. Mark Hamill wasn't in the movie, but the whole movie was mostly about him. It was about it. He was at first the initial focus. Then it turned to them having to stop the weapon. This whole resistance thing. Now, one thing I want to know is what they're gonna have to do some comics, a TV show, or something after for whatever happened after Return of the Jedi, because they went. Of course, the Empire was still there, but you got rid of two of their biggest cogs in Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. So why didn't they completely, in 30 years, rise to power, and why didn't they completely almost obliterate they call it the First Order, but it's pretty much a remnant of the old Empire. Now, if you look at the expanded universe, which is obviously no longer canon. They of course after Return of the Jedi, I think one of the games was Dark Forces. You had Dark Forces, you had Jedi Academy, you had Jedi Outcast. These are some of the games, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent right now. I'm just trying to understand what happened. There was a republic in place, but why did this resistance seem so weak, especially after coming off winning in Return of the Jedi? I know it's 30 years and a lot can happen, but I would just want to know what happened. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the reason Disney did it this way. So, okay, they can bring out a bunch of comics within that 30-year span, pretty much telling a bunch of stories of what happened, why the resistance is there, why the Empire essentially is still that strong. Let me see. I can bring up a bunch of the actors. The actor that played Finn, one issue I do have with him, and I guess this kind of go as a gripe, but I did like his acting. So I can definitely say that was one good thing. His acting was really good. But looking ahead in episode 8 and 9, because looking at the trailers, you figured as though, okay, this guy is, he's gonna be the guy that's gonna use the Force. He's gonna, you see him with the lightsaber, and they pretty much was like, oh no, you watch the movie, he's not the guy. I mean, he goes around swinging a lightsaber, but he's not the guy. So where does he fit in 8 and 9? Is he Force? I'm pretty sure he's not Force sensitive. So where does he fit in? He's not really a good mechanic, not a good pilot, not really good. The character itself, not really good at anything. So we'll have to see how he fits in there, because I felt as though from a character standpoint, everybody else had more room, still got more room to develop. We still want to know more about Rey, because you of course watch the movie. She's pretty much replaced Han Solo. She's gonna be with the Chewie. You saw R2D2. She's gonna be training with Luke. I'm giving the end up. I don't give a damn. Like I said, not good with this whole holding back on spoilers. So that that is a few of the things. There's more that I did like. Like I said, I'm trying not to keep this video too long. I talked about everything I did like. Of course, with the actors. Oh, and Poe, he was a character that wasn't in. He had his moments, but probably one that stands out where he's in the fighter pilot and he destroyed at least 7 or 8 TIE fighters, all one after the other. The guy's a fucking badass. I want to see more of him. Also want to see more of the captain. I can't remember her name. I want to see more of her in later movies. She really only saw like maybe two or three times throughout the entire movie. When you saw extended, I guess, dialogue with that character. I want to see more of that character. I want to see more of Poe. I thought he was a fucking awesome character, especially as a background character. Maybe he plays a bigger role later on. Now, Kylo Ren. Now, this kind of gets into some of the things I do like. Matter of fact, let's talk about Kylo Ren and Snook, which is a stupid name. It's a real fucking stupid name. But Kylo Ren, first coming in, he's a big, I guess Vader was his role model, which is fine. I think he got a little bit, the character got a little bit more complex as it got to the end of the movie, and you find out who he really is. He is, spoiler, the son of Han and Leia. I think his real name is Ben. If you know from the expanded universe, that was I might fuck with your head right now, but that was Luke's son's name. Luke had one son in the expanded universe, which is no longer canon. His name was Ben. At first, I just felt they tried to recapture, I guess, that mystique of Darth Vader, which I honestly can say he did a pretty good job. I'm not saying he's no damn Vader. Throw that out your head. Like I said, if you're trying to copy, compare this movie, I understand, they copied a lot from New Hope, but if you're really trying to compare in terms of quality and just, characters and, I guess, atmosphere, don't try to do that. Kylo Ren's no damn Darth Vader. That, Snook, he is no Emperor Palpatine. I'm just going to get that out the way. But I think he's definitely a troubled individual. We'll have to see how his character progresses later on into episode 8 and 9. Snook, like I said, we just know he's like the pretty much a replacement of the Emperor. We'll find out what his real identity is. Is he someone from the distant past or whatever? Or maybe just an entirely new character. Now, let me see. This is something I guess I saw coming, but kind of annoyed me. Han Solo dying, and I'm pretty sure it was like Harrison Ford, because I did look up some things, especially talking about episode 6. Han Solo, Harrison Ford pretty much said he wanted this character to die in episode 6. That didn't happen because they probably pretty much essentially telling him at that time that was the last movie that he was going to be in. So it was like, okay, the character can live after that. But I guess to agree to do this movie, he was like, oh, you got to kill my character off. I didn't necessarily like the way his character died. I think he should have, I don't know, because, they were trying to destroy that weapon of mass destruction. I think that he should have been the one that blew it up. He kind of went like, it sounds cliche as hell, but I think a character like that, I think he should go out like that. But, he ended up getting stabbed by his son and falling off a cliff, and that's pretty much the end of Han Solo. And when that happened in the movie theaters, everybody was frozen. You heard some gasps. I was like, wow. For them to, despite all the trailers and all the information that was said about this movie, they still hit you with surprises. And I thought that, a bit disappointed, but kind of felt as though that was something that was gonna happen to Han Solo. You know, you just looking at it, you saw she knew a lot about. You know, they were gonna try to get Rey to replace him. You know, you saw she knew a lot about the Millennium Falcon. She got along. You know, I guess you could see her. You could just see the transition. You know, her being that Han Solo / Luke character, which is weird because it just leaves Finn like, because everybody coming into this movie assumed that she will be the Han Solo character, you know, before knowing that she could use the Force, and Finn will be, you know, I guess the Luke Skywalker like character. But at this point now, Rey is both Han Solo and Luke in terms of character, and Finn is still a question mark. You know, we don't know. Another gripe, you know, outside of some of the few that I named, I didn't like, and I guess this is more, you know, dealing with the story, I guess. I didn't like the fact that, okay, she knew nothing about Jedi, but could do a mind trick. Okay, she never saw it being done. You know, maybe episode 9 shows that she had some kind of formal training as a child, but I don't know. Maybe they have to clarify on that, but I'm just going to stand the point that she didn't. At this point, I'm just going to say that she didn't know a damn thing about it. She thought Jedi were a myth. But for the fact that she was able to just, you know, do a mind trick, you know, straight out the bat. Now, resisting Kylo Ren's, like, mental attacks, okay, that's just will. That I can get that. That's just her will, being able to overpower him, whatever. The final fight was, you know, I guess I had an issue with that as well. Yeah, I know he was injured. He got shot by Chewbacca. You know, this is after he stabbed Han Solo. He got shot by Chewbacca, and he also Finn had also hit him with the lightsaber. So he was injured, but I don't know. I don't think, you know, like I said, maybe she had some training, you know, before she was put on Jakku. She had some training as a child, because if you saw it, she, you know, you can see the ship flying away, so it was obvious that someone put her there, and there's no way someone that powerful in the Force would go unnoticed. So she may have had some formal training. Don't know. Won't know till later. But you know, I'm just going off the fact that we don't know for sure if she has formal training. So she, you know, for her to be able to beat someone with training in both the Force and excuse me, and lightsaber combat, I don't know, sounds kind of ridiculous, because you know, when you look at Luke, you know, Luke, of course, episode 4 had no training. It was all instincts. You know, when he destroyed the Death Star, all instincts. Episode 5, you saw him when we got the lightsaber, and this was on Hoth when he was hung up and he got the lightsaber. You know, that was something, because, you know, of course he had he had some knowledge just from reading things about Obi-Wan, some of the things that Obi-Wan taught him. So Obi-Wan did give him a little bit of training, you know, in a short time. You know, obviously Obi-Wan had died not too long after he met him, but he did get a little training from Obi-Wan. But when he first faced Vader, got his ass kicked. Now, like I said, Kylo Ren is no Vader. He was just referring to the character. He's not as powerful as Vader. He's just not. He's not Vader. So, you know, of course, Luke had a tougher task with Vader and the Emperor. But hopefully they clarify on that. Did she have training when she was younger? You know, because what they explained from the story, of course, Kylo Ren was being trained. You know, Luke was trying to restart the Jedi Order, and of course, you know, everything went wrong with Kylo Ren, and of course, he went to the dark side. You know, Luke went into exile, which that kind of annoys me as well. But I understand everything's been changed from an expanded universe, and I gotta kind of get out of that, because I'm a big fan of some of the expanded universe stuff. Not really all of it, but there was some good stuff coming from the expanded universe. You know, with the games and, you know, some of the really good books. Now, I ain't talking about some of the trash, you know, that came out with, you know, the sea of really bad books. I'm talking about some of the good stuff. that made sense when you compare it with the movies. Because expanding universe, Luke restarted the Order, Grandmaster, fucking Beast, all that good shit. And this, I guess he tried to restart it, failed. Kylo went with the dark side. Now he's head over to this First Order. They're looking for Luke for whatever reason. I guess that fear of him restarting the Order, and they know how powerful Luke is. I really want to see Luke fight. I mean, I know Mark Hamill's old, but still, come on. Get out there and fight. Hopefully we get to see him fight in episode 8. So that kind of disappoints me with how everything went with Luke between that 30 years. And how everything went with the Rebels and what really happened in those 30 years. Expanding universe, non-canon stuff, Luke was a beast. In this universe that Disney has pretty much remolded, he's a fucking slacker. And this is going off just from what I've seen in this movie. He's a slacker. He didn't restart the Order. I could be wrong. More new information come out, but I'm sticking to that. He is a slacker. I don't want to get too deep into talking about some of those things. What I rate this game? I was about to say game. What I rate this movie? I don't like giving points, so I'm only gonna really give it like a solid number. I would say an 8 out of 10. Like I said, movie was really good, and this is because I don't give points. Because if I did, it'd be like 8.5. But I want to stick to just one solid digit. I'm gonna give it an 8. We'll stick to a whole number. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it an 8. Like I said, some of the issues came with, you brought in nostalgia of New Hope, but I think in terms of having planet destroying weapon, I think that was a little bit too close to A New Hope. And like I said, coming from this movie, I didn't think about none of that stuff. I knew it copied some stuff from A New Hope, but I was like, and this was after watching the movie, and you're like super fucking hyped. That's the reason. That was one of the reasons I didn't do it. Also, just being sick. But the movie is amazing. Like I said, that issue with some of the aspects of A New Hope follow almost to a T. Finding the girl on desert planet, check. Luke, Tatooine. Pretty much finding out about like a resistance rebellion type group, check. Backs against the wall against a planet destroying weapon, check. Planet destroying weapon, check. I guess the lightsaber battle, I guess that changed it up a little bit. Made it a little different. But great movie. If you haven't seen it, you shouldn't watch this damn video. If you're already at this point, I done spoiled every damn thing. But I wanted to go watch the movie again, but I just thought, I just never had time to. But the movie was great. I want to see what they do with Finn's character. I think that's the one character to me that has a huge question mark. Rey, I think at this point is established as really good character. But Finn definitely has, if they do some more with the character, he definitely has potential to be a really good character. We'll just have to see what they do with him. Where he fits in. We know Luke's gonna be the old master, and he's gonna be the replacement of like Yoda, Obi-Wan. Leia's gonna be that general hard nose. Chewie's gonna be Chewie. He's gonna, but not with Han, but with her. Like I said, she's a new Han / Luke. Call him Luke Solo or something. We'll have to see what they do with Poe. Like I said, amazing fucking character. Just that one scene, he's a fucking badass. Man, if you've seen that scene, there's no way you don't know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie, there's no way you don't know what I'm talking about. But I think I've done enough talking. Amazing movie. You watch it a second. If you are seeing it, you've seen this video, watch it a second time. When it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm getting that fucking movie right then and there. I have all the other movies on Blu-ray. Well, they're digital. I don't have the actual physical disc, which I should have gotten, but I got it at a discount digital, so that was a big reason why. But if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. I think I've done enough talking, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.